Hey guys, another quick video. Um, I want to talk a little bit about one other form of communication that God can use, and I want to use some experiences that I've had, um, and I hope that it encourages you to seek, ask God for more dreams, and ask Him to speak to you in dreams. So here's some interesting um, aspects on dreams. One of the things that I heard about dreams from prophet John Paul Jackson, he called dreams night parables, um, and you know God wants to speak to us, and He'll use any form of communication, and He'll He'll speak to us any way He chooses. And one incident, um, I found I for some strange reason I was doing searching on the Titanic, searching up the Titanic and its history, the sinking, the whole 9 yards. Um, and one thing I found out about the Titanic is that some passengers that were supposed to be on the Titanic actually canceled the trip due to a dream that they had. Um, a dream that they had, and it was they just canceled the trip due to the dream, because I think God was saying, it's going to sink, and telling them in the dream that the ship's going to sink, and so that's why they canceled the trip. And another incident that an incident that I had personally um, was in 2015 when my little sister was getting married. I was at the wedding, and because I was one of the groomsmen, and she had me give a toast uh, at the wedding, and I gave a toast, did my thing, and I after I gave my toast, I continued enjoying the party, and but once it was over, I went to my hotel room and I went to sleep. And in the middle of that, in the middle of the night while I'm asleep, I have this strange dream. And in this dream, I am in the exact same location, giving the exact same toast to the exact same group of people. My little sister was there, my brother-in-law is there, and as I'm giving my toast, this random person, just somebody that was not, I don't think they were supposed to be there, because they weren't on the list. And this person comes up to me while I'm giving a toast, and he interrupts. This person is interrupting and was talking to me, and he was kind of like really freaked out. It was just he was kind of scared. He had a look in his eyes, like kind of freaked out. And I was like, "Look, man, I don't know you. I've never met you. We never met before. I don't know how you know me. I don't know, and I don't know how you know these people. I don't know how you know my little sister. I don't know how you got here, but you need to leave." And he was like, "You do know me." And I started to think a minute, and I recognized the accent, and I was like, oh boy. I was really freaked out, because it, like, the Holy Spirit, like, jumped, and he was saying to me, you know, this is them. And I was like, oh, and I was like, look, bro, what do you want? And he said they need your help. You know, that they need you, they need your help, they need your help. And I said, I haven't spoken to them in years. I haven't spoken to them in years. I don't have any communication with them. And he just kept saying, they need your help, they need your help. And I was like, I'm not in, you know, I'm not gonna help. I've done too much, and uh, you don't know what happened. So I wake up from the dream, and I'm asking the Lord, you know, what was that about? And he goes, you already know, you already know. And I said, God, listen, I'm sorry, but if I already knew what that dream was about, I wouldn't be asking you, what was it about? And he goes, you already know. And so I kind of got confused, and I was like, what does this mean? What does this mean? And one of my good friends who hears God's voice better than anybody that I know, I mean, he hears God's voice 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's crazy. Um, I call him, you know, and he's mentoring me over the phone, and I tell him the dream that I had, and he goes, you want the interpretation of the dream? And I was like, yeah. What did it mean? What does it mean? And he goes, you need to pray for that relationship, because if you don't, it's not going to end well. It's like, oh no, um, and I was like, oh no, and I was like, oh no, what am I going to do, God? What am I going to do? And so, and I said, God, I really don't want to. I really don't. And he said, listen, if you don't, then then it's gonna happen the way I've told you, and it's not gonna end well for you or them. And dreams are very, very important, guys. We need to be paying very, very close attention to what dreams we're having. I don't even care if it's a pizza dream. I don't, you know, if it's a crazy looking dream. I'm not, you know, I'm not a dreamer. I don't get dreams that often, but I know when I get a dream from God, and it was like the dreams are very like, wow, why am I seeing these things, or what's going on here? And I think dreams are very, very important for hearing God's voice and a different way of hearing Him. If you have not, if you've had trouble with having dreams, just ask God for a dream, any dream, it doesn't matter. Just ask God to speak to you. Um, another dream that I had that was really interesting. Um, I had a dream about my future spouse and my future wife, and it was really, really strange. I didn't see the girl's face. I didn't. All I saw were four. There were four four figures on this hill, and I was going up there to see what those four figures, who those four figures were, and you know, Jesus was there, and God was there, and the Holy Spirit was there, and they were the three main figures, and I was talking to them, and I was like, well, who's that? You know, who's that? And God goes, that's your wife. And I said, really? Can I see her face? He said, no, you cannot see her face. And I said, why? Why can't I see who she is? He said, you're gonna realize who she is when I tell you to start dating again. When I tell you to start going to look, because I'm gonna bring her into your life eventually, and you're gonna look for these signs, John Paul. And these signs that I want you to look for are, what type of life does she live outside of the four walls of the church? And, you know, what type of relationship does she have with me outside of the four walls of the church? Like everybody says, oh, they have a relationship with Jesus, oh, they have a relationship with God, and they put on a face. And your relationship with me is very, very different than most because you really have to rely on me. And your wife really, really relies on me. And she has a relationship with me like you do. And he said, ask her, has she ever heard my voice before? And ask her specifically, and he gave me more details, but I'm not going to go into all the detail. And then he said, also ask her, what is her mission statement? Because what you've been called to do is help broken homes and broken families and your prayer ministry and helping people come back to Jesus that have left, but that they want to come back, but they're scared to come back. And ask her if she has the same mission and the same call. And if she says yes, then you'll know. And she'll have some other characteristics of some certain lady friends that you have. And just ask questions, but be cautious about it. And I said, God, how can I know? And he said, I'll lead you. I'll lead you, and you can trust me. Just keep going with me, and she'll fall into your lap. I promise. Because I'm putting people together. He goes, I'm putting people together in marriages for what's coming and what needs to come, and not everybody understands that. Just like, your little sister and your brother-in-law, she and he are connected because of not just their love for music, but their love for me. Okay, they have the same exact relationship with me that they had individually, and so you have to find. I'm going to bring somebody into your life that has the same call, the same heart cry, the same love for me. And I was like, Lord, I don't know. I have a hard time believing that. He goes, that's okay. And those are some crazy dreams that I had. Another incident where I knew I had a dream from the Lord was when Barack Obama became president in 2008. And I'm not going to go into that dream because that's going to get a lot of people skeptical here and criticize. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and be sure to subscribe. And let's see if we could get to 200 subscribers, and then I'll do a Q&A. So be sure to get those questions down, and I'll answer them later. All right, guys. Talk to y'all later.